Okay. Today, boys and girls in math, we're going to be working on lesson 3.6. So we're going to be able to count and write up to the number 8 with words and numbers. Slide 3 has our YouTube video channel. So any lessons that you want to see, whether it be math, foundations, writing, it's all there for you to look through, okay? So we're going to watch today's lesson right now about writing up to the number 8 with words and numbers.
How can you count and write 8 with words and numbers?
Hey there! My friend Charlie was up early this morning. The workers left some buckets in the chicken coop. He needs to find them. Click the bucket to see how many there are. Oh, the workers left 8 buckets. Charlie needs to write down that number. Do you know how to write 8 as a number and a word? Let's continue and learn how to count and write 8 with words and numbers. Let's go!
Robbie puts 5 cubes in a row. He puts 3 cubes in another row. Let's count Robbie's cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 cubes. Click the cubes to see the number 8.
So right now, boys and girls, in your homes, you counted out loud the cubes as they were counting along. So now they're going to show you how to write the number 8.
This is the number 8. Now you know how to show 8 using a number. Here is a set of balls. Let's count to find out how many balls are in this set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 balls. Click the balls to see the word 8.
So with the blue cubes, they showed you how to form the number 8 as a number. With these colorful tennis balls, they're going to show you how to form the word 8, the number 8 as a word.
The word 8 is spelled E, I, G, H, T. Now you know how to show 8 using a word. Here's a set of toy cars. Click to count how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 cars. Select the number that shows 8.
Okay, so they just counted the cars. Now, I was actually sitting here at the computer and I can see all your videos since I'm sitting here. I like how Jaden was sitting nicely. Jaden I can see his mouth moving even though all of you are on mute. I see his mouth moving and he's counting along with the video. So Jaden, can you unmute yourself and can you tell me where is the number 8? Is the number 8 the top number or is it the bottom number?
In the bottom number.
In the bottom. Okay, so let's touch the bottom.
Miss Castro.
Good job. That's the number 8.
Miss Castro.
Thank you, Jaden. Yes, Roslyn, go ahead.
The top. I don't know where's the page. I can't find it.
I put it here, Mommy,
I'm going to show you right now. Hold on, let me share my screen with the new, hold on. So you're working today on page 149. So that's lesson 3.6. Okay. So lesson 3.6 is what we are working on.
I already did it.
Okay. Now, first and most important thing, boys and girls, whenever we start working,
I don't know where the page is.
at the top, they have a line that says name. So where it says name, I need all of my boys and girls to please write their first and last name. Super important, because even though you're home doing your work, I still want you to practice writing your first and last name. Okay. I know on some of your assignments that I get on Google Classroom, I can tell that an adult is helping you write your name. So it should not be the adult in the house helping you write your name. It should be you, boys and girls. So I want you to get into the habit of writing your first and last name. You, like a big boy, like a big girl, write your first and last name all the time. Okay.
Miss Castro, I can't find the page.
You should be on chapter 3. So make sure you're on chapter 3. And the page is 149. It's up on the screen. So you're looking for this page with the blue cubes and the colorful shiny balls on the bottom. Page 149. So make sure you're on chapter 3. Chapter 3. Okay, so let's begin. So first, they want us to count and label the blue cube. So actually, let me see if I use my whiteboard today. I'm going to illustrate those blue cubes. So they have it like this.
I don't know what the page is.
Dylan, you seem to be having trouble again today. What you need to do is get an adult to sit with you so that way they can help you find the page, okay? In the meantime, Ms. Castro is illustrating exactly what you have in your book, and we're going to count and label these blue squares, and then we're going to form the number 8. So let's get labeling. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we counted and labeled 8 for the blue squares. Now, what they want us to do is they want us to practice tracing the number 8. So when you do that, boys and girls, this is what you have to do. Where the blue dot is, you're going to see a little blue dot. Okay. So where that blue dot is, what you have to do is you're going to go up, around, down, and around. So look what happens when you start forming the number 8, you're actually forming the letter S. So keep that trick in mind. Start forming the letter S, and then you go up and you close it and you go back to the blue dot again. So that's a little trick that I like to teach my boys and girls when they're forming the number 8. So what you do again is you start at the blue dot, go up, around, down, around, like you're forming the letter S, and then you go up, close it, and back to the blue dot. So they want you to trace all the number 8s all the way across. So everyone trace the number 8s till you get to the end. It's going to take time forming the number 8, but eventually, boys and girls, you will get it. Just remember that little trick. Form the letter S, then you go back up, around, and close it out. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to do the bottom part. I'm going to set that up.
Sunday.
Dylan, you're having trouble again. And the reason why you're having trouble is because you don't have an adult there to help you. I need you to please go get an adult to help you look for the page. If you're struggling to find the page, honey, please go have somebody help you find the page so that way you can keep working with that.
I find the page also.
Okay, good. So did you write your name at the top?
Yeah, you can put it.
Okay. All right. So boys and girls, now we're at the bottom part of the first page. So what we're going to do here is we are going to label those little shiny balls with numbers. So we're always going to start with the number 1. So let's start that with the purple one. 1, 2 for the green, 3 for the blue, 4 for the other green, 5 for the orange, 6 for the other purple, 7 for the red, and 8 for the yellow. Okay, so now what they want us to do is they want us to trace the word 8. So the word 8 is spelled like this. E, trace those letters, E, I, G. The great part is that we've learned pretty much all of our letters, so everyone should know how to form these letters. H, T. That is how you write the word 8 as a word. Okay, so you can write 8 as a number, and you can also write 8 as a word. Okay, we're going to go back to our presentation. So now we are going to move on to the next page. Now, the next page is the fun page because this is where we get to look at the illustration and we look at every detail.
A lot of people in school.
What happened, Dylan?
A lot of people in the school.
I don't understand your question, Dylan. We'll talk after we're done with class, okay? All right, so looking at the illustration, we're at a carnival. So at the carnival here, they have prizes and they have cans that you have to knock over with a ball. So we're gonna count the light bulbs up at the top, the yellow balls. We're gonna count the bunnies, the cows, the bears, and even the cans that the kids have to knock over to get a prize. So wherever we count 8, we're gonna make a big circle around that group, only if it has 8. If we don't count 8, we simply leave it alone. So let's go first to the light bulbs. Let's count starting with our magic finger. Remember, take your index finger, use that finger to count nice and slow. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did we count 8 there, boys and girls? Yes. So because we counted 8, we're going to make a big circle around those yellow light bulbs. Whoops, I just made it very sloppy. Let's try that again. We counted 8, so we got to circle those 8 light bulbs. There we go. Okay. Next, we're going to count the bunnies. The bunnies are to the left, right above the lady with the purple shirt. So let's count those bunnies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we have 8 there? Nope. No 8 there because we stopped at the number 5. So we're going to leave those bunnies alone. Let's count the cows. 1, 2. That's it. We didn't count to the number 8, so we can't circle the cows. Let's try the bears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We counted 8 there. So because we counted 8, we're going to make a big circle around those group of bears. Okay, so let's make a big circle around them. Okay, now we're going to count the first group of cans that the children are trying to knock over. So these cans are really teeny tiny. So again, count very slowly with your magic finger, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The last number that we stopped at is 8. 8 is today's number of the day. So because we counted 8, we are going to go ahead and we're going to make a circle around those first groups of cans because 8 is the number that we are looking for today. Let's count the group of cans right next to those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We didn't count to 8, we stopped at 6. So we cannot circle those group of cans because they don't have 8. So we're gonna leave it alone. Now we're gonna count the last group of cans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is the last number that I counted. 5 is not 8, so we cannot circle those groups of cans. So we're gonna leave it alone. So all we circled, boys and girls, are the lights, the bears, and the first groups of cans. So those are the only 3 objects that we are circling because that is what has 8. Okay. Now on the following page, they have the number 8 there that they want us to trace. So go ahead and please trace the number 8 with your pencil. Again, start at the blue dot, go around like the letter S, back up and around and touch that circle. Keep tracing the number 8 until you get to the very end. Okay, so always remember the little trick that I mentioned. Form the letter S and then close it up, circle up at the top. And that's how you form 8. Okay, so now for the next part, boys and girls. The way that they put these pictures for us to count, sometimes they put it in a circle like you see in number 3. You see those maracas there? So because they put it in a circle, sometimes boys and girls get into the habit of counting too much. So my recommendation is that we need to label the maracas as we're counting so that way we know where to stop. So let's start with the top middle one, labeling with the number 1. Let's keep on going, labeling with the number 2. Keep on labeling those maracas, 3. Keep on going, 4. Next one, 5. Next number is going to be 6. Next will be 7. And we know this is the last one since it has no number. That is 8. So if we counted and labeled 8, what number do we write on the line? Roslyn, what number do we write on the line for those maracas?
1, 2, 3, 4.
You already did it right
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yes, so we counted 8 maracas. So what number do we write on the line, Roslyn?
8.
Very good, correct. So boys and girls, make sure you write the number 8 on the line for the maracas. Okay. Thank you, Roslyn. Okay, next they have these little kazoos. These are like little whistles that you blow into. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna label as we count. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we counted and labeled 6. So if we counted and labeled 6, then what number do we write on the line? I haven't heard from Christian yet. Christian, why don't you tell us, what number do we write on the line if we counted 6?
Baby.
Oh, you did it already. Say it.
You got it. Say it.
Say it. You just say it.
6.
Yes, good job, Christian. Excellent. So if we counted and labeled 6 on the line, we have to write the number 6 since that is the last number that we counted. Very good job, Christian. Excellent. Okay, now next problem, the red whistles. So let's count and label those red whistles. You boys and girls, make sure you label in your books, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the last number that I counted for the red whistles was 8. Kaylin, we haven't heard from you yet. So if we counted 8, Kaylin, what number do we put on the line, honey? Say it nice and loud. You can unmute yourself, Kaylin. What number do we write on the line for the red whistles? The last number we counted was 8. So what number do we write? Yes, good. So the number 8 is what we have to write on the line. So everyone, please form the number 8. Good job. All right, and last but not least, we have these green tops. So these green tops is the last thing that we're going to count and label. All ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you notice, boys and girls, the way that they're putting these pictures, they're not putting them in a specific shape. They kind of do that to trick you a little bit. That's why I recommend that you count, and as you're counting out loud, you label with your pencil. So it's really good practice for you to label with the numbers, the pictures as you're counting, okay? So if we counted 8, Gracie Mani, we haven't heard from you yet. Do you want to tell us what number we have to write on the line, Gracie Mani? If you're there.
8.
There you go. Good job, Gracie Mani. Thank you, Mama. Very good. So yes, because we counted 8 green tops, the number that we write on the line is in fact the number 8, just like Gracie Mani said. Thank you, Gracie Mani. Okay. So the next page, I'm going to let you boys and girls work on your own at home. Okay, that's the one with the frogs that you see here at the top. You could do that on your own at home. Then tonight for your Google Classroom assignments, these are the 2 pages you have to complete. It's pages 153 and 154. So you're tracing the number 8 up at the top all the way to the end. Now that the numbers are getting bigger and bigger, you should get into the habit, like I just got you right now. As you're counting, label with the numbers, the pictures, the illustrations, because you might be counting fast or you might be counting a little bit slow and you might forget what number you're counting. So it's good to start getting into practice of counting and labeling with numbers the pictures that you're counting, okay? So that's page 153. And then on the back, it's page 154, okay? All right, so that's today.